1. And finally, the Thunder got the win. Oh man, they were the only team so far to tie the series, bro. Well, we still gotta wait tomorrow for Minnesota and Golden State's game 2. But man, they not only did they beat the Nuggets, but they beat the brakes off their ass. They're like you Uncle Willie's son, just straight up just manhandled them. I mean, just whooped the shit out of them, bro. And the funny thing was, it just felt like the Thunder could just score all day. Like they had 149 points, 87 at halftime, and even at playing light speed, they still scored another what 60 13 plus what 49. It's still another 62 points. On top of the fact that they put most of their starters out, bro, that is insane. SGA 34 points. Give my dog a shout out for SGA. He scored 34 and just sat out most of the fourth. And it was just like OKC could just score at any time that they wanted to. And Denver Nuggets just looked terrible. I guess they thought, oh, we'll come back down 30. Man, that was a lie. They beat the brakes off of their ass. Nuggets were no matchup. So that's the only series that's tied. Now, I heard a little rumor that Stephen Curry is out for a week. And if the Wolves needed a break, that might actually be their break. They might actually could very well go up 3-1 if they can somehow take advantage of that. Imagine that. They looked like shit in game 1. I mean, it was 80-60 in the start or the third quarter. Minnesota looked terrible. Their only break now is Curry being out. That might give them a little bit of a chance to actually win the series. That's crazy. It had to take an injury for Curry to go out for the Wolves to possibly win. Wow, how the tables have turned. But then again, we still never know. If the Warriors can play with Butler leading the offense, they could steal a game in Minnesota and go up 2-0. Who knows? I mean, the way it's been going. I didn't stream for the Nuggets Thunder game because, quite frankly, the score said I shouldn't. They beat the brakes off of them. The Knicks stole the show today. The Knicks in the Celtics series is very good, by the way. And Bronson is just a one-man show. But got to give a shout-out to Mikal Bridges for stripping Brown in the first game and taking the first game in Boston, and only for him to be a part of the strip from Jason Tatum to help the Knicks go up 2-0. That shit is sick. What's going on, Brandon? Man, that shit is sick. So yeah, the Thunder brought all the smoke, man. And if the Thunder is a fast pace and they're scoring at will, man, they might actually win the whole thing. After I definitely saw them beat the brakes off of Denver, I'm curious if Denver can be able to keep up with them. And, I get it. They took game 1. Really, Thunder should be up 2-0, to be honest with you. But if they go into Denver and they take game 3, man, they might actually close it out in 5. Because the Thunder's not only highly talented, they can shoot the ball, but, man, their fast break transitional offense is the best in the league. Can any team be able to keep up with the OKC Thunder when it's rolling like that and the shots are going in, 3-point shots are going in, fast breaks are going in, second chance points? You got SGA and Dort lighting up, and you got Holmgren when the shots are going in, bro. Thunder's going to be a very tough team to beat. NBA playoffs has been exciting. I must say it's been very exciting so far. I'm looking forward to that Wolves game tomorrow, and I'll be rooting for Minnesota. I hope Minnesota can tie the series. They do have a home. Curry's not playing, so there's an advantage there for Minnesota. This is the best opportunity for Minnesota to actually win the series if Curry's out for a week. You take the first game. You take game 2 tomorrow. You tie the series up. And then if Curry's out for game 3, which will probably be Saturday? and Curry's not available, that means Minnesota can win that game as well and go up 2-1. So now the tables turn. The tables are turning now. And Minnesota actually has the opportunity to maybe potentially take both games in Golden State. Dude, this is definitely going to what's going on, man? This is definitely going to be a very interesting to watch over the next course of the days. I kind of feel bad because I like Curry, don't get me wrong, but you never want to see a man go down to injury, but I'm thinking like if Minnesota's going to take advantage of it, this is the best time to do so. Is to take advantage of it at this point, this stage, and Curry's out. Like I said, it's going to be very interesting tomorrow because you're going to have Butler, probably Buddy Yield's going to be in the lineup. You're probably going to have to go Bazinski. You might even have to go with Dre. Of course, you got to go with Draymond in the starting lineup. So it's going to kind of mix up. Is Buddy Yield going to be able to step up and have a big performance tomorrow in Curry's absence? I mean, it is possible. Buddy Yield is not somebody I'd overlook. You bring him in, you're going to give him minutes. This is going to give Gary Payton the second probably some more minutes. I mean, this is good. Pat Spencer's probably going to have to be implemented into the offense. It's going to be very interesting in Curry's absence how the Warriors respond. Much less, I think that if Minnesota, like again, they are to take advantage and get that win and tie the series up tomorrow, I think that this is the best time to do it with Curry being out. I still think Denver and OKC are going to 7. I think the Minnesota Golden State series ends in 6. I was saying Cleveland Pacers in 7. Now, can the Cavs even get a win? It's going to be the question. Boston, New York, I had that going at 5. Celtics in 5. Jesus, Lord, was I wrong? Is it possible the Knicks are going to sweep the Celtics? Who would say that they saw that coming? They said that the New York Knicks were going to sweep the Celtics. Like, I wouldn't have saw that coming a mile away. Do you guys see that coming? No. Because I had Boston coming out of the East. Like, hands down, the Celtics are coming out of the Eastern Conference. And now, shit, they may not even make it out the second round. They might be done before the Final Four. They may not even get to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I mean? If the Thunder, if they're playing transitional offense, fast pace up tempo offense, dude, they're going to be a hard team to beat. Just saying. It's going to be extremely hard because Denver is more of a half court team. And then you got the Thunder that's more of a transitional team. So that means if Denver's going to want to beat OKC, they're going to have to slow the game down. Definitely slow the game down. And if you're Thunder, you're going to want to play fast pace up tempo transitional offense. That's definitely what you're going to have to do. And two different strategies there between Denver and between, the Oklahoma City Thunder. So that's going to be a very interesting game 3 to have to, see how they adjust the lineups, the strategy behind it. Denver's going to have to slow this game down. Well, sort of like the football check down Charlie, or what they call check down Charlie, sort of ordeal, and slowing the game down. I think if Denver wants a shot at this series, that's what they're going to have to do is slow down the transitional offense that OKC brings. But yeah, this has definitely been one hell of a playoffs to watch. So I hope that we're going to get some more buzzer beater shit like that, March Madness style. I mean, it's like my nerves get jittery every time I watch these basketball games now because it's like I can see the competitiveness, man. I like this shit, man. Even though my team lost. My team is out. And we lost. I know. But nonetheless, I'm still enjoying this season. It's been fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know Gerald Ross, I believe, if I'm correct, aren't you a Nuggets fan. I think if I'm correct, I want to believe you're a Nuggets fan, but like I said, if you're Denver, you got to slow the game down. That's what you have to do. If you're OKC, continue to run, get those points, run. If they're averaging, if the Thunder's getting 150 points, 140 points, who the fuck is going to stop them? That's going to be the question. Thunder should be up 2-0 in this series easily. But, yep, there's going to be a game 3 and a game 4 in Denver, and there's still going to be a game 5 in OKC. So, like I said, this is a man, yeah, but tonight, the Oklahoma could have scored 200 points. They could have scored 250 easily. They showed mercy on the Nuggets. I mean, it was clear, quite obvious, They showed a lot of mercy, even though they scored 149, but man, they really could have got 170, 180, 180. Dude, that's sick. I'm not a guy for like the high scoring games, but I will say that is pretty cool if you can get if you can score and they can't stop you, keep shooting. That's what I'm telling my guys. If Denver's defense cannot stop that OKC transitional offense, bruh, that means the Thunder are going to be easily scoring 130 a game, easily with those guys. So, yeah, right now, the best team I think in the league, like if you were to ask me just from what I think the Oklahoma City Thunder is, it's like on another level than the rest of these teams in the league, bro. So if the Thunder is to lose a 7-game series, it's going to be because somebody's slowing their offense down. It's slowing that transitional offense down. Denver, I don't think they can afford to be down 15 or by 9 points, 3 minutes left, and be able to pull those kind of comebacks off. I think now they're going to have to slow the game down and see exactly how they're going to be able to pick apart this Oklahoma City offense. But hey, Denver's got 2 games at home coming up, so that is a plus for the Nuggets if they are at home for 2 games. So, yeah, the Nuggets had a horrible game. It happens. I thought that your head coach, the new one, I thought he was very professional on how he handled it. He had the bench players going out there, still involved in the play calling. I know he would clap his hands and tell them, hey, it's okay, it's all right, because it's like, it's not really their fault. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you just got, your bench players in, your starters are sitting out, the game's kind of over, it's, far reach. I thought on a professional level, I think the new head coach of Denver is doing a pretty damn good job of that. His professionalism, I'll give him credit for that. Because you're down by 50, what are you gonna do? Yell at your players that are coming across the court? No, you're just gonna say, hey, man, it's all good. Just go out there and play, and then we'll suit up for game 3. I mean, that's really all you can do at this point. Can't really just give it. It's a 7-game series. This is just one bad game. Okay, so OKC got one, we got one. So, and Denver still got the home court advantage. So they needed just to steal one game in OKC, and they got it. So they got the game they needed, which was game 1. And many people said, oh, they didn't even deserve that one. And since Denver should look at it as a positive, damn, we were down by X amount of points and the odds were stacked in our favor, and we still managed to come back and at least take one game in OKC. Hey, okay, not bad. And then we just got to win both games at home. So it's just now, the strategy's going to change for the Nuggets. Absolutely. It's Nuggets now got the home court advantage still, even though that they did get blown out tonight. Yeah, King Twister, you're correct. But same time, they now got home court advantage. They just need to take one game in the Thunder's house, and they exactly got what they needed, which was a win to split the series. And so now they have the advantage of if we can win both games at home, shit, it's 3-1. That's 3-1 now. They can win both games at home, but if you're the Thunder, your goal also is to return the favor. Hey, we just got to win one out of those games. That's fine. And if you can get that win, hey, we got a 2-2 series. Now it becomes a best of 3. We got 2 out of 3 games in our house. Hey, we may have a chance. You saying there's a chance? Yes. Saying there's a chance. Yeah. Nuggets could have easily been down 2-0. Oh, yeah. And Patriots should be down 2-0. And Cleveland is completely blew that. Hell, the Knicks should be down 2-0. The only series that really was just separated was Golden State just wiping the floor of Minnesota. There was no chance for Minnesota. I think the game was over by halftime. I think the game between between Minnesota and Golden State was over at halftime. I mean, I thought the score was like 80-60 in the third quarter. I'm like, oh, it's over. Minnesota had no momentum. Their only now best chance is now Curry's out. Now they have a chance to tie the series tomorrow. And I think they will. Vegas has them at a 10.5 point spread tomorrow. So if I'm a gambling man, I probably wouldn't take the points, you know, unless it changes. Man, that was a like I said, they beat the brakes off the Nuggets today. Nuggets had no chance. They were just like out from the start. I know I can't talk. My team's out, but I said I was still gonna kind of cover some of these games a little bit. Probably not gonna go into hours discussions about this game because really it was no game. It's no game to really call. If you're Nuggets, you have something to look forward to. Like I said, the series is tied. You do have the home court advantage, so we'll see how this, I guess, pans out. If Denver wins both games at home, they're up 3-1. They're in the driver's seat. If you're the Thunder, you got to tell yourself, how do I get a win in Denver? What's the plan there? How do I do that? And how do I get that done? And that's going to be very interesting to see how those turn of events come out. Yeah, man, your New York Knicks showed out. I was at the bar earlier, and I showed the last second shot, man. That was again, shout out to Mikal Bridges for the extra hustle. The guy's hustling. He's a hustler, bro. And Mikal Bridges is definitely one of those underrated six-man award guys, man. The defense he's putting in is just nothing less than amazing. And for him to contest Brown and Tatum and be involved in both interactions where the ball was completely stripped. I mean, if it wasn't for his involvement, does that mean that Brown would have got off that three to tie? Does that mean Tatum would have got that fadeaway? I don't know if I would say that, but he definitely contributed to the two key perimeter defensive stops that helped the New York Knicks steal 2 games in Boston. That's just sick. The Knicks could have easily have given up. They've had double-digit leads where it was against them. I think Boston at one point was almost up 20 in today's game. And it's just like, but the Knicks, you know what the Knicks are doing? And this is like what I think they're doing to win, is they're not really relying on the three-point shot like most NBA teams do. I think what they're doing is they're attacking the inside. And I said, you know what? Maybe that's, what the other team should start taking notes. The Knicks are attacking inside the basket. Brunson he could take that 12-foot jump shot that most teams are kind of like, I'm not taking that. Analytics says take a 3. And he's taking those 12-foot jump shots. They're going in. Whether it's a fadeaway off a pick and roll, whatever. They're just simply going in. And when you have Karl Anthony Towns just dominating the paint like he is, and the Knicks are able to battle back, then you got Boston, who's relying so much on the three-point shot like most of these teams do, still continuing to try to settle on a three-point shot. And just the lead just dwindled away. The Knicks were just attacking the basket. And, of course, to the credit was due, they were getting the stops when they were needed the most. And I give the New York Knicks credit for that. They got a damn good team over there. Damn good team, so to say. This is going to be very exciting. It just sucks because, like, my second day off tomorrow, I'm only going to be able to watch one game, and that's Minnesota Golden State, because there's no other games scheduled outside of that one. So by the time they schedule games back on Friday, unfortunately, I'll be at work. I won't be here. I mean, I still watch the games while I'm at work, highlights, stuff like that. But other than that, I won't be able to partake in, just going to the bar and watching the game. It's like, unfortunately, I got to go to work Friday. So, yeah, other teams should take advantage. I think that Cleveland, I think that the Boston Celtics, you can make the argument for, those two teams definitely shot themselves out of the building and relied too much on the three-point shot. Indiana attacked the inside of the paint. So did the New York Knicks. That's how they were able to come back and take these games, because they realized they'd rather shoot a bunch of twos and take statistics and then end up battling back than having to try to continuously shoot threes. It was just, to me, it seemed like the Knicks and the Pacers diverted from the outside shot and started attacking inside. It's going to be interesting. This is going to be an interesting take on how the rest of these games pan out. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, there's not really much to cover with this game because, like I said, but I am tired. I'm going to go to bed. So I'll see you guys in the morning.